What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to go over 6 financial habits of a minimalist. Since my 7 frugal habits video did much better than my other minimalist videos, I thought I'd dive a little bit deeper into that kind of topic. But before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room. I shaved, and yes, I know I look like a substitute English teacher, but I have to deal with that for now. And also, if you're new to my channel, thank you for watching. Here I talk about minimalism content, decluttering, self-improvement, and things of that nature. So if you end up liking the video, consider subscribing. So let me go ahead and get started with the first habit. So the first habit is to identify the difference between wants and needs. And this is important because it can help you budget a little bit better and prioritize what is actually needed over what is just wanted. Wants are something like new clothes or new items, and needs are more important. Needs are urgent, like rent, food, and electricity. Wants tend to be things that you can go a little time without, while needs alter your everyday if not paid for or fixed. For example, I want a new computer to make my editing and video output a little bit more efficient and faster, but I can get by for now without upgrading. But a need is something like, if I don't go buy groceries right now, I might starve. It's pretty simple. Wants change over time, but needs don't. Wants aren't necessarily needed for survival, needs typically are. So identify the difference, prioritize needs over wants, build that habit. Prioritizing needs over wants is a simple but crucial step of becoming a financial minimalist. Now, the next habit is to pay off debt. That's it, just pay it off. Now, I wish it were that easy. I put it this high on the list because it's very important, but just know that everything else on this list might make it a little bit easier to pay off debt quicker and more efficiently. If you have credit cards with a lot of debt on them, lock them away or cut them up today. Credit cards are a great tool when used wisely, but if you do have a large debt, I recommend paying them off first before trying to utilize them. In my experience, if you're still using your credit card while you're in debt, it just makes it that much harder to get out of the hole. If you have credit card debt, there's 2 main strategies that people like to use, and that is the avalanche method and the snowball method. The avalanche method is starting with the highest interest or the highest balanced credit card and paying that one off first, and then moving in order from highest to lowest. The snowball method is starting with the lowest interest rate or lowest balanced credit card first, paying that off, and then moving up to the largest. If you have loan debt, try and budget yourself to see how much you can pay off monthly. Pay your minimum required payment, and then any other payment pay towards the principal only, so you're not getting caught with interest, whether that's a car loan, student loans, or personal loans. Now, while it is very important to pay off your debt, don't leave yourself at zero at the end of the month. Now, the next habit is only buying things that you absolutely love. To someone as frugal as I am, that might sound very obvious, but to someone who's used to buying 1, 2, or even more things every time they go out anywhere, this could be quite the hurdle. Try and stop yourself from buying just in case things or things you might already have a duplicate of, and stick to buying the essentials. I know I've mentioned before only buying the best of or your favorite version of something. That still applies here. I know when we're holding something that we're about to buy somewhere, we all have that voice in our head that tells us if we really want to buy that or if we really do need it. Listen to that voice. It's usually right. Also, before making that purchase, just stop for a second and ask yourself, will I still want or need this a year from now? Because I've said it before, and I'll say it again, we quite literally buy things with hours of our lives, so make sure it's worth your time. Now, the next habit is to remove temptations. It's the same thing if you're on a diet and you're leaving candy all around the house. You want to remove the temptation. So go into your emails and unsubscribe from everything. It's quite easy to see these deals and pull the trigger because you feel like you're going to be missing out. Just remember, all these emails, all these ads, all these sales are designed for temptation and designed for you to spend more. If you know you're tempted every time you go on Amazon, try and restrict yourself from visiting it as often, because chances are you're going to see that once a year sale and then all of a sudden want to buy something that you probably weren't planning on buying. I don't remember where I read this, but I do remember hearing that Apple designed the Apple Pay sound and haptic feedback to psychologically satisfy us and want us to spend more using Apple Pay because it makes spending more exciting. Don't fall for that. Nobody does that better than Apple. So remove temptations, don't visit sites or stores where you're more likely to spend, and don't feel like you're missing out, because chances are you're not. Now, if you've watched any finance video anywhere on YouTube, you've probably heard this, and that's build an emergency fund. It's as simple as setting a goal, for example, $1,000. Give yourself a realistic deadline to reaching that goal. Something you might want to do is automate withdrawals from your checking to your savings to keep you on a better track. Again, I know everyone's income is different, so pick a number that best suits you. But for example, $50 a week in 5 months is $1,000. It might not seem like much, but when you have an unplanned trip to the doctor or an unplanned car repair, you'll be glad you had it. Don't touch that money unless you consider an emergency, because that's what it's there for. And trust me, a safety net feels great and it will give you a better peace of mind. Now, this next one is called the 30-day rule. I like to use this rule when thinking about making a bigger purchase, anything about $100 or more. When I'm thinking about buying something $100 or more, I see if I can fit this into my budget over the next 30 days, and it gives me the chance to sleep on it for a little bit while deciding if it's something I really want to buy. And when the 30 days are up, if I still want it, I'll know I have thought about it and it'll be worth my money. During those 30 days, I'll spend my time researching, reading reviews, or watching videos on YouTube of this product or whatever it is. Now, 30 days might seem like a long time, but for me personally, I want to make sure I'm satisfied with my purchase, so I don't mind the wait. This actually stopped me from buying an Apple Watch. I'm not hating, I'm just saying. For the most part, what'll happen is 30 days will go by. I'm glad I didn't buy whatever it was, and I'm more happy having the money instead. If 30 days does go by and I still want whatever it is, I'm confident in my decision and I won't have buyer's remorse. So that was just a few financial habits that I built as a minimalist, and I really hope you got some value out of this video and you're enjoying this type of content. If this was your first time watching one of my videos, thank you for sticking until the end. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video and want more of this type of content, please like and consider subscribing. I will see you next time.